Hello everyone, I'm Joey with Create with Joey, and I've got 3 really cute cards to show you today using the Trucking Along stamp set. It's been a super popular stamp set. It was an online exclusive, meaning it doesn't show up in the paper catalog, it just shows up in the online store, and it's sold out twice already, but it's back in stock, so we're going to make some cute cards with it today. Say hello when you come on. And if you're watching on Facebook and you haven't followed or liked my page, I would invite you to do that. And if you're watching on YouTube, welcome. All the links and all the links to contact me and join my email list or to follow my Facebook group are on below in the video in the video description below the video. I'm trying to do too many things at one time. Right now I'm looking at my iPad, trying to make sure it gets, I can see what you're seeing, and there I am, so that's good. And then, same thing on my laptop. And if you're watching replay, welcome. Thanks so much for watching replay as well. And let me just reload my page here. I have my new computer going today. Hi Diane, hi Judy and Pam. Oh good, Carol, thank you for sharing. That's so nice of you. Thanks so much. Alrighty, my friends, I think we're ready to go. There's a lot going on today in the Stampin' Up! World, especially if you're a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Let me go ahead and click down. Hi Martha, I'm gonna hit my toolbar here and I'll go upside down, but you'll be right side up. And I started to say I have my new computer now finally. I've been using it for a couple of days. And hopefully that's going to stop the buffering so that I can see your comments, because that's where I see your comments, because everything is already turned around upside down. My camera's upside down and my iPad just doesn't show. Let me move this just a bit. Just doesn't show the comments. They pop up, but they disappear. So there I can see them a little bit. Hi, Carol. Jackson, Wisconsin. How nice. Thanks for joining me today. Okay, let me get a little bit more squared off here. Wrong way. Shoot. Let me try this way. I always go the opposite way first. There we go. Only too far. Go back that way. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to move my my camera, let's see, a little bit. I'm going to move over. Oh, I see. Okay, so I'm going to move my camera just a little bit this way, and hopefully that'll get you more squared away. There we go. That's pretty good. Let's go back just a touch here. And let's go ahead. Whoops, too far. Dang, sorry you guys. Okay, we're gonna go ahead. It's a big month in Stampin' Up! For Demonstrators. We get to pre-order from the Holiday Mini Catalog today. So there's lots of things going on. I do print up a little glance of the month in my newsletter subscription. If you're not a part of that, let me go ahead and type in the comments my link to sign up for my newsletter, because I do send free tutorials every week as well. So if you want to get my free tutorials and just keep track of all the events going on, then I recommend that you sign up for my newsletter. And I'm going to pop that in the comments here, and then we'll get to making our stuff. There we go. Okay. All right, that's that. Let me grab I don't have them down here. I was going to show you my textured floral cards for my club this month, but I'll post those on my page. So if you haven't seen them yet, I did send a video in my email that you can see them there. So we're going to try something live today. If you ordered from me in July, $35 or more, your name got put On this little chart, you got a ladybug for every $35 order. And there are more down here. I just didn't get them stamped and didn't start a new page. We'll start a new page in August, but I did get all the names into the drawing. So we're actually gonna draw, I'm gonna spin the wheel online. I know that you aren't seeing it, but I have everybody's name in this wheel, and I'm going to go ahead and click it, and we're gonna draw for a winner for this set of dies. And we are going to Cheryl Pardee, you are the winner of the prize. Congratulations, Cheryl. I will get these to you. Cheryl happens to live not too far from me, so she's going to get this prize. And I meant to pull a new prize. I have another bundle. I can't remember the name of it. I know I'm really scattered today, but I will post that and share it next week. I've got a new ladybug chart ready to go. And this is, I started to say, if you sign up for my email list, you will get my free tutorials. This is this week's free tutorial. So it's the, I use the Trucking Along bundle again. I give all the detailed instructions and photos, and then a list of supplies in case you're wondering what exactly I use. And this is the project. So it's a really easy gift card holder. I make a lot of these at Christmas time, and you can sneak in a gift card here really easily. It's a super easy gift card. You don't really need to make it for Christmas. Mine I made for Christmas because we're playing with it. Whoops, Trucking Along stamp set. So that's what you'll get this week in your email. So make sure you sign up for my newsletter. This is all ready to go. It's already loaded in my email program to send. And then this week, so this is my class to go this week, is the Trucking Along, the cards we're going to make today. You can get the supplies for 2 each of the cards we're going to make today. And again, this comes with a PDF tutorial. I actually have this one done. I'm so happy I've got both of those done. And you can get a ticket in the drawing, a ladybug for the, and a, sorry, let me, Joey, use your words. A ticket in the ladybug drawing for every $35 and more. And you also get this kit. If you put in a $50 order, you're also going to get these, a whole pack. This is just the one I'm using today, of the 2022-24 in color pearls. So that's your gift as a thank you gift for me for a $50 order. Okay. That was kind of fun. I have to figure out how to share my screen with you guys so you can see. Hi, Debbie. Thank you. Oh, thanks so much. And Kay's here. Fabulous. Alrighty. I'm so glad you're all here with me today. I love seeing you. Oh, 2 more things for housekeeping. So if you did purchase $50 or more in July, you got a coupon, a bonus coupon to spend, and you can redeem those now. This month, just grab that coupon code from your email that Stampin' Up! Sent you, and just, there's a place on your order form when you're checking out or in the cart where it says manage coupons. You click on that and you just put your coupon in there. Then you guys, the kits, the Stampin' Up! Kits collection is up to 30% off. And there's a new one. I didn't get a picture of the new one. There's a new one with some Christmas holiday tags on it, and it's just adorable. I ordered several of those this morning on my pre-order. So that's just a lot. I'll review everything with you in the, next week and the weeks to come, because there's just a lot. Okay, let's make our first card. Let's get going here. In your kit, you will get 2 each of the card base. This is the inside of the card. You'll get 2 of that. This is for the front image. You'll get 2 of those. And you'll get a piece of scrap paper, as well as an embossed piece that we're going to use today. A little triangle of DSP, and you'll have 2 of those because we're going to use those on our card today. And a little piece of twine for each card, and a little die cut. to make this card. So those are all the elements and ingredients that you'll need to make this card, and we're going to go ahead and make it right now. So let me start with, I'll show you the card. So this is actually, I started out to make 3 fun folds, and then I thought that's a lot for Facebook Live. So I wanted to make this card. I got it in this card sample, not this card, but the sample of this little triangle holding the card shut, and a card swap a long time ago, and I've been holding on to it because I really want to make it. So we're making it today. Today is the day. Now I have to check out my sizes. I think this is the right one. Yeah, that's the right one. Alrighty, my friends, let's get stamping here. I'm going to grab my crumb cake ink pad. I may or may not have pulled everything we're working with today because, oh my goodness, there's just a lot at the beginning of a new catalog, and especially, you know, the end of the month brings its things with it, and I have to get out reminders to my team, or I want to. I don't have to, but I do get out reminders to my team. So I made up a whole graphic for them so they don't miss anything on the pre-order. Anyway, just a lot. And then, you know, Wednesday comes fast. So I'm going to try crumb cake stamped off once and see. Yeah, I think we'll do it that way. That is how I did it on my other card, my sample card. But I was wondering if it was just too light. So I'm going to do 2 little grounds. We're going to call this the road. And this is just to set our truck on because we kind of need him to be on the ground or on the road. Hey, hi Maggie. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it, Kay. Alrighty, so let's keep going here. Now, let's make some clouds. Let me grab my cloud stamps. They're right here. And then on my sample, I used Azure Afternoon, but we're going to actually use Pool Party because I used Pool Party on the other cards, and I try to minimize the supplies I'm using so you don't have to buy 10,000 things to make the card. I'm going to put this cloud kind of over here a bit. I don't want the flap to cover it. And this is Full Strength Pool Party. And then we're going to go with this one a little closer to the tag. There's going to be a tag here. Then for our inside of our clouds, we're going to use Pool Party again, but I'm going to pull back in my scrap paper. And I'm going to stamp off the Pool Party and go right. This is a 2-step stamping. I'm probably getting my head in the camera, so I'm sorry about that. Okay, so now we've got our clouds stamped and our road or our ground. There is also a grass set in this stamp set. I mean a grass stamp. So see this little tiny stamp there? I debated about using that, but there was a lot going on in this card, so I ended up not using the grass, but it's really cute too. You can put your pickup on a grassy field if you want to. All right, let's talk about how to stamp this pickup. It's not hard, but I have a couple tips for you. So we're going to take our Memento Black. This is going to be the outline of our truck, and just grab the stamp. Now, this stamp set has been sold out. I think I said that in my introduction. I'm not 100% sure. You know, that was 5 minutes ago, so I may or may not remember. So, it's been sold out twice already because it was an online, it is an online exclusive, and it just came out and it sold out twice. But now it's back in, and hopefully it'll stay back in. And there is a punch that bundles with it, but the punch isn't going to be available till October. And I thought that's way, way too long to not use this adorable stamp set. So, and you know, you have to cut out the little things that go in the truck anyway, and the truck's really easy to cut out. All right, so my tip This is a two-step stamping where you stamp the outline first and then the inside of the truck second. So my tip is, this is the way I line things up. Now let's see what happens on Facebook Live, because it's usually different. So I start above the stamp where I can see the line. So I'm starting above and I'm coming down till I actually see the top of that black, and then the black outline, and then I stamp. See, came out pretty good. So that's how I line those up. Then for the wheels, now there is a stamp for the wheels, but I'm just gonna go ahead and use my smoky slate marker for the wheels. And I did use this on all three of my cards. So you could use black. You could use any markers that you have that look like a tire and a hubcap. So there we go with that. And I did paint my pool party. You don't have to do this, but I took my light pool party and I colored the window just lightly. That probably won't show on the video because it's so soft, but I just like to differentiate the window from just the blob white behind it. And then I did forget to, there's a little steering wheel here. I know it's really tiny, but right there is the steering wheel. And I'm going to color that in smoky slate too. I've had a lot of fun with this. We are a truck family. My husband has a truck. My brother has a truck. My brothers-in-law have trucks. Everybody pretty much has a truck in our family. Steve has pretty much always had a, I think he has always had a truck since we've been married. My brother has always had a truck as long as, I think his first vehicle was actually a truck. So when I saw this stamp set, there was no doubt that I really had to have it, because it's also good for masculine cards, which we almost always need more of our masculine cards, don't we? I'm going to cut away this cardstock just because it makes it easier. But this truck is easy to cut around. I'm kind of putzing with it, but because I'm talking to you, but it goes pretty fast. So we're going to just go ahead, and I'm cutting just a little bit of white space around it. And that ensures that if you actually get a little bit too close to your image, you don't cut into it if you're leaving a little bit of white space. And you turn your paper, not your scissors. Okay? All right, so that's that. We're going to use the scrap paper to do the inside of our truck. So the inside of this truck, there's lots of things to put in your truck with this stamp set. So there's a Christmas tree, there's a palm tree with beach stuff, surfboard. It says there's gifts, there's little flower pots with flowers, there's a big flower bunch with flowers. These are all two-step stamping. Then there's a, you know, the wooden boards they have on the, like you see them kind of on the farmer's truck kind of thing a lot of times in either movies or just photos of trucks. So there's lots of fun things to put in the back of this. We are going to the beach today. Hi Barb, hi Kathy. We're going to the beach today, and we are going to color with our blends markers as well. Now, if you get this class kit to go, you don't have to have this stamp set. I mean, look how easy this would be to adapt to any stamp set that you own. So, you know, you'll get all the parts for this, and then you can put, oops, it's coming unglued here. You can put anything you want on the front of this. So you can adapt what I'm doing if you don't have this or you don't want to purchase it. You can still use the class kits, and you can also color with any markers that you own. I'm going to use Granny Apple Green Light on the palm tree here. I'm just going to fill that in. There is a two-step stamp, the filler for this palm tree, but it's pretty tiny, and you know, for Facebook Live, things always go kind of wacky. So I thought, I don't know if I'll get this lined up in one try on Facebook, so I'm just going to color everything. And it doesn't take long to color anyway. Now we're going to use today the 2022-24 In Color Designer Series paper stack. So that color would be Parakeet Party, but I switched to Granny Apple Green just mainly because I thought it showed up better in photography and on your and on video. So, but Parakeet Party works fine, Lemon Lime Twist works fine. Whatever you have at home will work, or use your own color scheme. Many of you are avid crafters that watch, and if you're a beginning crafter, this is also something you can make. It's a very easy card for you to reproduce as well. Then we're going to cut around this guy. That was strawberry. No, I'm always forever going to call it strawberry sorbet, sweet sorbet marker, because sweet sorbet is also one of the In Colors from 22-24. And In Color is a group of, there are a group of 5 colors. Every year Stampin' Up! Adds 5 new ones. And then they take away the oldest one from 2 years. They have a 2-year shelf life. And then Stampin' Up! Refreshes with a new group of In Colors. So now, here's another tip on this. Leave some extra cardstock at the bottom of your image, because that helps you adhere this to the truck. See why? If you cut this right here, you wouldn't have anything to stick to the truck. So you want to make sure you leave a little bit of extra cardstock at the bottom there. And you can see that this corner kind of wraps around the hood of the truck. And we're just going to kind of line that up there. And there's our little image. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and let's put this on the green piece so that we're not trying to adhere something that already has dimensionals on it, because we're going to put the truck on the main image, main layer here with dimensionals. So we're going to go ahead and get this guy. Let's see first where our greeting is going to go. I think that's going to be pretty good right there. Then we see the cloud a little bit, and we don't get in the way of the greeting. And I just had a new pack of dimensionals. Here we go. Because I knew I would run out today. Who out there are also truck people, or your family? If you don't personally have one, your family member has a truck. I live in Lincoln, Nebraska. I'm in the middle of the heartland. And let's go ahead and stamp our greeting. So it doesn't take too far to get to rural America from our city. We have a university in our city. We have the Cornhusker football team, which is very famous and very popular. We're gonna stamp here as a fresh start. Every day is a fresh start. But our rural, you can drive just about 10 minutes south of us and be in rural Nebraska. And Steve's family, most of them live just south of us. Every day is a fresh start. I love that. Don't you sometimes just go to bed at the end of the day and you're like, I'm glad that the challenges of today are past, because tomorrow is a new day. Oh my goodness. And I think just getting a good night's rest makes even the same challenges look a little brighter in the morning. Let's go ahead and put some dimensionals on our greeting. This die is from the Nested Essentials dies, and I find myself using them quite a bit for designing. I'm going to go ahead and stick this guy on here. I'm going to go even with the top of this panel. We'll grab our twine and make it just a little bow. Now, if you're not big on bows, you can leave this off, or you can tie a knot and just put that at the top of your tag. I used to tie knots all the time when I first started stamping. I'm like, I'm not about the bows. So, and as I practice, bows take practice sometimes. And as I practiced, I got better at bows, and I like the way bows look, so I was determined to get bows going. Okay, and then I'm scrunching my glue dot like this so it stays under my bow and doesn't stick to anything else. And then I have a particular scissors. This is my sewing scissors. Well, I use it for ribbon. It was my mom's sewing scissors. So there we've got this guy. Then, let's go ahead and complete our card. Let's grab, this is Orchid Oasis cardstock. I love this color. I was so excited to see this color in the lineup of In Colors in 2022 when it came out. My wedding colors were light pink and periwinkle. And this is a little darker than my wedding colors, but I just love this color. So we're going to go ahead and put on this embossed piece. This embossed piece was embossed with the Basics 3D embossing folders. There are 3 folders in that sweet group of folders. And this one is kind of a crosshatch. You probably can't see that very well. I'm sure it looks like a big blank on the screen. But there's a dotted one, a crosshatch one, and what is the third one? Oh, the third one is kind of like a lot of little starfishes or flowers. I'm not sure what you would call it. And then we want this panel, this is important here, we don't want any adhesive on this side. We want the adhesive just on this side. So I'm going to actually turn it over and square it up here on my card. And then I'm just going to put my adhesive to the left of that edge of the paper. Does that make sense? If you turn it over, you can actually see. So I don't want to go past this edge. So instead of just guessing when you're not looking at exactly how much room you have. Does that make sense? I haven't looked at my comments. I will look at them in a moment. Just trying to, we'll focus on getting this card done. You know, I have tools. Oh, here it is. Sometimes it's hides for me. This is my take your pick tool, and I use it to take out the backings of dimensionals. It's a little bit faster, especially when I'm doing swap cards. Okay, there we go. Then we're gonna stick this here. And then for the masterpiece, this is just a 2x2 square that I cut with my trimmer corner to corner, so it makes this little, you know what, we better put this on with glue, because we don't want it to come up. I use green glue when I really want something to make sure it's gonna stay put. We don't want this coming up when they open their card. So green glue actually bonds to the paper. We'll let that dry for a moment while we put on our gems. So let's get our gems here. And this is a cute and really easy fun fold card. Anybody can make this card. Let's grab some, well, let's go ahead and stick with the Orchid Oasis gems. So let's go with a couple gems here in the sky, or maybe we should go this way. I like to kind of group my gems. I think they look nice that way, but you certainly don't have to do it like me. You can put them anywhere your little heart desires, like so. Then I think we've got her done, kids. And then this will fold under like this. Remember, this is, unless I have adhesive here, which I don't think I do. No, I don't. Oh, you know what? I did put it. Don't put adhesive on this. Here, we're going to have to pull this up. Don't watch. You know, it wouldn't be a Create with Joey live video if I didn't tear something apart. You don't want adhesive on this part. Does that make sense? Okay, So I'm trying to decide here whether it'd be easier to just cut a new piece or use my adhesive remover. I think I'll just use my remover. This is one of the best tools. If you don't have this in your craft room, you should have one. So don't don't do as I do, just do as I say on this. There we go. So we only want the outside corners, not this line here. So let's try that again. This is going to be kind of a hot mess, but you know, it's paper crafting and it's live, so we can't always redo everything. Oh, once in a while I do redo, but I don't want to waste your time because you can get the idea of how to make the card. So we're not going to, I'm going to grab my tweezers so I don't get glue everywhere. We're going to just redo this. So it's not really going to show, I don't think. So I wasn't thinking when I put the adhesive on because, you know, I'm busy chit-chatting with you. So just focus on like I did and make sure there's no adhesive on this part. Okay, now this is gonna tuck under here like that, like so. Okay, there we go. There's card one. I'm gonna look at my computer and hope I see your comments this time, and it's already timed out. So let's see if it'll bring me back in. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. There we go, hearts. Oh, there we go. Hi, Cheryl. Oh, thank you for the hearts, you guys. You're really sweet. This one, I used pecan pie for the dirt, and I don't really like that reddish tint with it. So this one I used crumb cake. You could use early espresso. You could use soft suede if you still have that one. You could use any brown ink that you want, or even shades of gray would be okay too. So there's our first one. Super easy, but super cute. Okay, let's go move on to our next one. Oh, thanks, Kathy. Thanks, Cheryl. Okay, for this one, we are gonna switch to Christmas. And for this card in the kit, you will get two of, move that aside, two obviously of the card base, two embossed with the Merry Melody folder with music on it. And then this is for your truck. And again, we're using that same little die there. And that's for your greeting. And then you'll get another little flagged label for this. Have to think about my words. And then every card, if you need to stamp the truck, which actually all of these do, every card set of supplies will have scrap paper in it. So let me grab my bone folder again and crease this. If you don't have a bone folder, it's a really good tool to have to help really crease your folds. So this one, we are going to start with just going ahead and adhering this embossed piece of cardstock to our white card. So this is basic white thick cardstock. It's the thick. It definitely makes a difference for card bases. I am going to show you a little something on this too. So this Merry Melody folder, can't remember. It has on one side, the far side, there are clef signs. Now, those of you who are musicians, you'll know what that means. Because otherwise, I'm seeing people put this upside down. And, you know, it's not that big of a deal. No one's going to notice it except a musician might notice it. So, I'm just letting you know about that so that you can watch for those clef signs if you care about it. If you don't care about it, then that's totally fine too. All right, let's go ahead and let's attach this to this. So I'm going to put the adhesive on the left side of this. And then I'm going to line this up a little bit off at the bottom, like so. kind of like that. And then we're going to take our dimensionals. Again, they are lost. I lose them all the time. Here we go. I've discovered I just don't put things back where I picked them up from. I just put them, I'm on to, my brain's thinking, what's the next thing? And so that's why I never can find anything. All right, so we're going to tuck this at the top here, like so. Then we're just going to grab our scrap paper and our, let's see, our truck stamp and our Memento Black. And we're going to stamp another little truck here. Now, if you were able to get this bundle when you could get the punch, then obviously you can punch these, and it's just a tad bit faster. But if you didn't get it and you have to cut them with your scissors, it's still relatively fast. And you could just stamp several of them and sit when you're watching television, if you watch television or Netflix, and cut out some trucks, and then you're ready to go. Okay, again, the way I'm going to stamp this is I'm going to start my colored stamp above the black, and then I'm just going to slowly go down until I see that match up. And actually, what I'm doing is matching up the windows. So see, that works pretty good like that, at least to my eyes. It works really well. So let's go ahead and do Smoky Slate for our, this is Smoky Slate Dark, I think. Yeah, and as I said, if you put in your $35 order this week, you have to use a host code, my friends. Stampin' Up! Used to let us call and add some orders, not a lot, but they let us add a few to the host code, and they don't let us do that anymore. Their system has changed with the new, we have a brand new system. So they are not letting us do that. I don't think their system actually allows it. So please, in order to get the class kit each week, you have to use the weekly host code. And that host code is tied to this class, and that's what helps me know which class supplies to cut for you. So that's why it changes. So in my emails every week, I include the host code, and I also include a link that has the host code embedded. So if you just click on the link with the host code embedded, you'll go right to my store, and you'll be where you need to be. You just have to put your items in your shopping cart and check out, and it will assign your order to my host code. So that's just really important. It's become really important now that Stampin' Up! System has changed recently. So and why is, I'll explain why. So we're going to put a tree in here. So let's grab the Granny Apple Green ink. When you use the host code, it helps me put all those orders on a workshop order, which gives me Stampin' Rewards, which is free money. You can get that too if you put in a big enough. If you put in an order over $150, you'll get Stampin' Rewards. And then don't put in the host code if your order is over $150, because I'll still send you the card kit and all the goodies. Oops, upside down tree. There's our tree upside down. Okay, but I'm talking about the host code. Let me keep track of what I'm talking about. And in the Stampin' Rewards, it helps me. I'm stamping off the inside of the green tree, and then I'm just going to line that up kind of the same way, coming down from the top until it seems to match. And then it matched pretty good, not 100%. But that helps me get all the extra goodies. It helps me pay for the cardstock. When I'm sending your kits, it helps me get the embellishments at a free. So it's really necessary, or I can't continue to give free kits, because There is cost to it, and cardstock has gone up, my friends. Plus, I pay the postage to get to you if you're not local. If you're local, we just plan a porch pickup for it. But now we're going to just cut around. And again, all the little things that go in the truck, they're super easy to cut around too. And again, I'm going to leave a little bit of a tab down there so I can get this guy in my, to attach to my truck. Oh, you know what, everybody? I think I used, all right, so I used Sweet Sorbet ink, but this is Real Red. You could use either one. They blend together okay, but in case you're looking at it going, I don't think she used Real Red ink. You're right, I didn't. I meant to. Because my other cards, I'm getting this adhesive out of the way. My other cards, I used the Sweet Sorbet, so it would go with our gems because we're using those gems. And then I'm just putting my little tree in my truck, and then he's ready to go. Let's go ahead and get him on our card. Dimensionals. Pop this up. I'm not seeing your comments. My screen has gone blank, but I will refresh it in a minute, so hopefully I'll see if you're writing comments, what they are, and I can respond. If I don't respond, I always go back and check my comments, so no worries. I will, if you have questions, I'll answer your questions, or if you just want to say hello, I'll say hello. So don't worry about that part of it. All right, let's go ahead and use our Memento Black for our Christmas greeting. So this greeting says, wishing you a festive Christmas. And we're just going to put that right in the middle of this piece. This piece is, I think it's 3/4, but I like 3.5. But you're going to cut off the edges of it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And I'm going to go ahead and clean my stamps, even though it takes a couple extra seconds, because we keep using this ink, or this chalk, with lots of different colors of ink. Grab our snips, and then I'm just going to trim at an angle here and an angle here, like so. And then we're just going to tuck this guy under this truck, like so. Let me grab some more dimensionals. I think on my sample, I might have cut this strip a little more narrow. If you want it more narrow, obviously you can cut. You'll have that scrap paper to stamp your truck on, but you could cut, or whatever you're going to put on your card if you don't have the truck stamp set. I'm going to wedge this up under the truck so he's not driving along on thin air. I just have a thing about that. I don't like my elements to be floating around in the air. I know. I have some issues. I have some, I don't know, not passive aggressive, but obsessive compulsive, that's the right word, issues. Let's go ahead and grab our black and white gingham ribbon. This is a staple crafting supply. If you don't have the black and white gingham ribbon, it goes with everything. It's so cute. It's festive. It adds pizzazz and zing to your cards. I just love it. I'll really be sad for the day if and when it will retire, I'm sure. But we're just going to make a little bow. Again, if you're not a bow maker, just make a knot. And you can do the same idea with just a knot. Then we're going to put it on, right on a mini glue dot, and then lift up like this, pinching. I'm pinching to bring it up. And then we're going to stick that on our little labels right here. Make that little cute. And then let's put some gems on this guy. So these are our pearls. Let's just grab let's do the parakeet party ones on this guy. We can go up here and maybe here. I'm going to make a little triangle here. So I have a triangle, And there's our second card. This one's easy too. Everybody can make this. Now, if you don't have an embossing machine or a die cutting machine, you can cut these with just your scissors. Just cut up straight and then cut in at an angle. You can make those, and you can just cut a plain red background, and you can make that. You don't actually have to have the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So there's our 4 cards we've made so far. Okay, I'm going to check your comments quick. My computer keeps timing out. Oh, Chris is on. Teresa, hi Teresa. And Chris, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it today. Alrighty, let's go ahead and make our 3rd card. This one is also easy. There's a few more parts to this one. For this one, you will get, again, 2 card bases, 2 whatever this is. I have to look at my card. I can't remember. I think that's scrap paper. And then a mat for your designer series paper. You'll get all those. Then we're going to use a strip of green, a strip of strawberry sorbet, sweet sorbet, oh my gosh, a little tag. You'll get ribbon for this one. And is that all? Nope, and we have a scallop you'll get for this one as well. 2 of everything. All right, I'm going to clear these out so we have a little bit more room, and then we'll make our 3rd card here. I'll have to tell you, I remade this card several times. I just couldn't find a color combination I really liked. And if you've watched me for very long, you know that I kind of always start with a color combination. Sorry, I'm looking for my adhesive because, of course, I didn't put it back where I actually store it. So I'm trying to find where in the world it is. And I can't see it, so I'm going to switch to fast fuse because it's handy. This is one we used to sell. We don't sell it any longer. My tape runner will reappear when I'm not trying to find it. It'll just pop out in the world of everything. Okay, this is how you make this one. So you start with the green as your base, and then we're going to put the sweet sorbet just down. Let's see. Let's put the down at the bottom of this strip. These are all 4, they're supposed to be 4 inches. Let's see, this one looks a little long. Or the green's a little short. Well, you know what we're gonna do? Let's just trim that green one off. Or the red one. There we go, because they need to match up. Hopefully my scallop matches up. And then the scallop comes here like so, like that. So let's go ahead and put some adhesive, whoops, on the scallop. Then we're gonna put this guy. This is one of my favorite dies of all time, this scalloped edge die. If you've been watching me for a while or taken my classes or kits, you know I use this. So this is also a little long because our green was kind of short. So let me just trim this a little bit too. You won't have to do this. I'll have it cut right in your kit. So there we go with that. And then all this gets put on the front of our card. Let me grab the bone folder. And then we're going to go ahead and adhere this to our card front. This is a piece of 3x4 designer series paper. I don't know if I said that. And then the strawberry sweet sorbet cardstock is just 1/8 inch bigger. All right, now before we do this, we're going to put our ribbon around this. Now, this is going to be, you know what, let's do an easier bow for this. This is a cheater bow, but it's a little bit easier because this little piece of cardstock is not that easy to tie a bow around. So I'll show you how. I used to do it all this way all the time, and now just usually wrap it right around and tie the bow because I've gotten better at it. But we're going to put this down here like so. And then I'm just going to stick it to the adhesive I just put on the back like that. Okay, same thing here. Just going to turn it over. I'm lining it up with the top of that scallop piece, and then I'm just sticking it to the back like that. Okay, so you can do it that way. This is the easiest way. If you want to tie it all the way around and you feel confident with that, then you go right ahead. I did do it that way on my, oh, I want these dimensionals to go way to the outside so that I don't double up my layers quite so much. Since I had to cut my green one, I'm not really sure they're going to go to the outside of this panel, but it might. I'm going to come down maybe not a little lower than halfway because my truck's going to fit up here. Then let's go ahead and tie the bow. I'll show you how I do this. So I just tie the bow in the air like I'm tying my shoe, only with no shoe. Whoops. You want to keep your ribbon flat to itself. Okay, so I'm going to stick this under, and then I'm keeping this flat. Can you see? Flat here and flat here. Pulling it closed. And then you can rearrange it, but your bow will stay pretty and flat on the front. As long as it's flat when you come through, as you're pulling your loop through. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and trim this a little bit. And then what I do is I take a mini glue dot and I kind of crumple this ribbon wherever I want this bow to be, because I want it to actually look like I tied the bow. Does that make sense? So I kind of scrunch it up like that. And then when I take my bow, I'm going to stick it on another mini glue dot, bring it over here, and then I'm going to put it right way over here. I might have to trim this up for my envelope. And I could move it over. I might move it over later when I'm not having you wait for me to do it. Okay, so there's that so far. Then I'm going to grab this little label. This is again from the Nested Essentials dies, and this is what they are. So you see me use these quite a bit on this class today. But I'll have it all die cut for you. You don't have to have these dies because it's not part of the bundle or the stamp set I'm using. So whenever I'm including things that aren't part of the stamp set or bundle, I always die cut it or I emboss it with embossing folder for you. Okay, we're going to grab, you know, on my sample I used black, but I think I'm going to use red. Or not red, but sweet sorbet. We'll see which one we like better. Let me grab this. Greeting is special delivery. And then I'm just going to stamp. And we're going to go... Oh, I got ink all over my tag. Okay, well, we can deal with that. Turn it over. And there we go. Special delivery. We'll see if we like the white or better, or black better when we get the card done. Going ahead and grabbing my dimensionals. And for this one, I'm going to put the dimensionals a little bit on the lower side of the tag, because I'm going to sneak this up under like so. Just like that on the tag, like so. Okay, this is our scrap paper, so let's go ahead and stamp our truck. And then we've got some presents, so we're gonna put presents, gifts in this one. It's not a Christmas card. I guess it could be, obviously, but this is not going to be. This is just gonna be gifts. So this is probably gonna be a birthday card. Okay, this time we're going to use Pool Party ink for our truck. I just really, really like the colors of Pool Party and Sweet Sorbet together. I just think it's a really, really pretty combination. I want to make sure, though, make sure when you're using a lot of colors of ink that you have your stamp and your block really, really clean before you go to a light color. So I'm just tapping, and I'm just kind of pulling the ink off, like off the top of the ink pad. I'm not smushing down into my ink pad, because that just doesn't work very well. Again, coming from the top, kind of coming down till I see that window line up, and stamp, and there we go. It's a really good way to do it. So if you haven't tried that, I recommend you try it. Then we're gonna take our Smoky Slate Dark. Is this darker? Yeah, Smoky Slate Dark, and color our steering wheel, and again our tires, and sorry if I'm missing your comments, I probably am. And then for the sake of time, I'm going to actually just grab my punch, and I'm going to head and punch this. So when you get yours, you can punch it. But until then, again, as I said, it's definitely not hard to cut out the truck. Okay, we need some gifts. So let's grab our gift stamp. I'm going to grab that in black. Oh, I've been doing a lot of talking. Yesterday, I had to go to the dentist. It was a checkup. I posted a picture, or at least I scheduled it to post, they had some roses in front of the dentist office that were just so pretty. They were kind of a coral color with a little bit of yellow in them. I just thought they were really pretty. And I took a photo because I thought, you know, it's not all bad going to the dentist when you can see pretty flowers. You know, I mean, it is a dentist, so there's not too much you can do to make it an actual joyful experience. All right, we're going to go ahead and color our presents with these three colors. So I just really like the color combination of these. So this is Sweet Sorbet and Pool Party. And you could use any of the limey green colors. I'm using, what am I using? That's Granny Apple Green, yeah. I didn't remember if I pulled my Parakeet Party or I kept with Granny Apple Green. And then we're just gonna do a few little lines on this little gift, whatever that is. Then we're gonna just go to Pool Party. My dentist has started a new thing too. He gives us a t-shirt when we go for a checkup, and they're actually pretty nice t-shirts. They're all cotton. So I got a new t-shirt yesterday too. They used to give, well, they just started giving gifts like in the past couple years. And they used to give, I've gotten a mug, an insulated thermal mug, and then I have 2 t-shirts now. I'm going to color a little bit below the gifts and I forgot a little piece of that ribbon here, the tail. Now again, we're just going to cut this out. Now none of these little things that you put in the truck, none of those are part of the punch. So you're not missing out on anything as far as all the little things that you put on the truck. The punch has the wheels on it, and it has, I think, the windshield. I honestly haven't used any of what the punch punches out other than the truck. And as I said, you can cut around it. If I were you, and I don't have this yet, I will go ahead and buy the stamp set. And then when the punch comes out in mid-October, you can get the punch. But these are only while supplies last, so it could be that the stamp set will sell out before the punch comes back. That's just the nature of the online store. Okay, I'm putting a little bit of, I still haven't located my adhesive. I'll find it when Facebook Live is over. Then I'm going to go ahead and put my presents in my truck. It's carrying lots of presents. And then let's, uh-oh, I'm frozen. Am I frozen for you guys? It doesn't say I'm live anymore. Yeah, I'm live. Okay, now I just unfroze myself. Where is the scallop die from? Let me grab that, okay? So the scallop die is from the Scalloped Contours dies. And these are all the dies that are in that set. There's a lot of this shape, you know, rectangles like this. And then this die is in there too. And there are some flowers in here, because some flower dies, because it does coordinate with a stamp set. But you know, now that I say that, I have no idea what it coordinates with. But there are some flower dies in here that cut out flowers. And then the rest are these, all these shapes. I use these so much. I use all these rectangles so much all the time. But I use this the most, probably. Let me get rid of that for a minute. And we'll keep going on our card. Okay, now I think we're ready for this guy. Let's go ahead and put him on our... I need, again, you know, I have this thing about I need my truck to be on something, not just floating in the air. So that's why the layer of Granny Apple Green. So... this truck's on a very bright bed of grass, lawn. Okay, let's go ahead and stick this cute little guy on here. I mean, every card you make with this little guy is cute. I'm sorry, it's just the cutest. He's just so cute. All right, let's grab some gems, and we could do red. I did red on my other one. Maybe that's a little bright for that. All right, let's stick with red. So I'm going to put one right on that bow right there, and then let's put a couple down here on the tag. Like so. I don't know, that seems crowded. Let's go down here. Let's move this one a little bit. If you get up under the adhesive with your take your pick tool, you can move these, but I don't really like that either. So let's go here. My space is a little bit different on this card than my other one. Oh, for Pete's sakes. And then, and I didn't press these down very hard. That way, well, this one is pressed down. Dang it. Okay. We'll call that good. I don't know. At least you get the idea. Here's my other one. I have a little more space down there on that one for those. All right, my friends, just have to get your orders in with this host code by Sunday, and you'll get the supplies for all these cute little cards. And if you don't have the trucks, again, you can use anything that you have and still use the card kit. All right, I'm going to check on your comments quick and see if there's any questions I missed or anything else. You keep freezing, but I come back. Yeah, I saw that. Am I still? Look, I think I'm still buffering on the cards. Buffer, am I here? Nope. Oh, well. I'm going to hope I'm still live and that actually on the replay you can watch me without the buffering. So thanks so much for watching, and if you're watching on YouTube, I would invite you to subscribe to my channel and ring the notification bell, and don't forget to sign up for my newsletter so you get my free tutorials and you keep track of all the events every week. All right, thanks everybody. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.